Hello, everyone. Tina O here with my beautiful friend, passionate friend, driven friend, committed friend, Sharon Marshall. And we are celebrating the leader path today. You may have seen me throughout the day. We've had multiple conversations about the leader path and about leading from this place, from where we are here. How do we lead from here? And this little conversation here is no different. But as we have seen in each conversation, they open us up into a place that we just didn't know we were going to go. It is multidimensional for sure. And now let's just get into this conversation. My awesome friend, Sharon Marshall, whom I am blessed to walk beside in multiple ways. You're part of the braid of Powerhouse. You are the founder of Diva. You have had multiple businesses. You are a writer. You are getting your master's. There's a zillion things that we could jump into today. I want to invite you to presence yourself in the way that you feel called to and say hello to those of us who are with you.
Thank you, Tina. And thank you for asking me to be here today. It's such a pleasure. I'm so excited for us at Powerhouse and for those joining us on the leader path. It's an exciting time. I am coming to you today from the traditional and ancestral territories of the Snuneymuxw and Snuneymuxw First Nations. On Vancouver Island, and specifically, I live in Landsville. And so the two nations are the Nanaimo and Nanoose Bay. And so I am a true Métis Cree woman from originally from Treaty 6 territory, I believe. I'm still learning. And that's in Edmonton. And so I've been on the island for many, many years, and this is my home, and I feel very blessed to be here and call this my home.
Thank you for that. I appreciate the acknowledgement of the meaning of home. Yeah.
Home is where I live, work, and play.
Home is where we live, work, and play.
Yeah.
Kari closed I just had a conversation with Dr. Kari Klein, and she closed the conversation around the acknowledgement of oneness. And when I think of home and that in that planetary kind of way, when we remember that, everything changes. How we lead changes. And I'm very grateful for you in my life, because I am someone who has a really fast brain, who loves words and can get really lost sometimes in that sort of kaleidoscope of possibility. And you ground me, and your relationship with Grandmother Spider and Creator and creation has added a lot of grounding in my life. So thank you for being a sister to me.
Thank you, Tina. It's wonderful.
Where would you like to go today? There's, we're talking about the leader path.
I don't think we have much time to go anywhere.
Okay, quick, go get an ice cream.
Sorry for the interruption.
Oh my God, you're adorable. I know, it's one of the reasons why I love you. It's like, yeah. In fact, this weekend, remember I was with Sharon this weekend, we were writing, and she would come in and say things to me, and I was like, is that a joke set up?
Is this a setup?
this is a joke set up, right? Or is this like, no, it's actually legit. Oh, okay. I love that.
Well, you can't have fun while you're stressing out. I mean, geez.
When you're getting your masters, you need those. You totally need those. Okay, so the opening conversation is around understanding why this is a path and not a program. And this is probably great timing for you, because you're getting your master's at Royal Roads, which also has a much more path approach, even though it's within a program. And I'm just curious what comes up for you as when you think about what change makers need and what you have needed to get to where you are, and how this word path fits.
I actually thought about this weekend. And do you remember when I told you about I paid big bucks for a program and I was so disappointed.
Right.
Yeah. And so that to me um, really sums up why a program it just isn't as suitable to
Mm.
many people. So I paid major dollars for this leadership program by a very well-known entrepreneur leader, and there was only one real nugget of information that I could take out of it,
Hmm.
and it really, I was so disappointed. I just thought, okay, that's the last time I'm paying that kind of money for, like, so you go into a program. Many of us go into a program with expectations, of course, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then we pay the money, and so we're expecting something in return, and there is the disappointment if we don't, if we don't see the ROI.
Yeah.
Whereas with the path,
Hmm.
um, the responsibility is on you, and so you create, like, it is emergent, and it is co-creative
Yeah.
co-created. um, so you have control over how it's going to um, evolve.
Hmm.
And to me, like, entrepreneurs, change makers, innovators, um, we're all of a different, we're a different breed. We color outside of the lines. That program where it doesn't, many programs just don't fit. you know
Right.
Whereas a path, you have more control over uh, what you can get out of it.
On a path, and actually every step is neither negative or positive. It's
It's
there's
part of the
always
journey.
yes.
Yeah. So that's the other difference. That's a big difference between a path and a program. Is you have an expectation with a program, whereas with the path, you have what I just said. It just escaped me. What was I going to say?
And that's the okay. I'm going to point at you in the really loving way. That's the other piece. My experience of you, because we've known each other for a while, is that your smarts, like the part where the world goes, look how smart she is, shows up in your expression of your written. Like, you're an orator. When you read what you write, then your internal smarts lands on the page. And in a program or colonized way of learning, it's expected that that's actually how people communicate in their learning. And
Oh,
what I
yeah.
love about you is, like, you have different modalities. We all have different modalities. And in on a path, there's more room
Yeah.
for the different learning styles, the different communication styles, the different ways where we can, yeah. And that's you are a great teacher for me in that way, because I can get a little egotistical about my communication skills. And I love that you knock my socks off sometimes, and yet you tell fart jokes.
When? Don't tell my secrets on live LinkedIn. That's not professional. I don't know any professional fart jokes.
Oh my gosh, you're the best. Okay, so let's get serious now. Not that we weren't before, but let's go into decolonizing leadership. If that's one of the questions that you want to go into, because we
Yeah.
had three, right? What does decolonizing leadership mean? Are you a good ancestor? And what's the cost of trust? Where would you like to go today in connection with the leader path, and what feels in contribution on your heart?
Yeah, well, decolonization for me is big right now. I'm writing a paper on workplace incivility, and we talk a lot about intergenerational trauma and all that stuff. So I don't want to go there, but what I do want to say but so it's on my mind is all I'm saying. Um, uh, what comes to mind when I think of leadership and decolonization is that um, that is responsible.
Yeah.
And so, like, but also what comes to my mind is the constructs of time and the lack of like putting work first over family and other familial obligations.
Hmm.
Um, I think that we want to work to live, not live to work.
Right.
And
Right.
and 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 so how do you decolonize that? Like decolonization, I'm sure we could decolonize pretty much everything that we're involved in.
Yeah. 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 I think again, when I think of one of your greatest teachings is actually your pauses. I remember the first time I met you and you were standing there and I'm like, wow, this woman can hold a pause like I've never seen with so much wisdom. And where I hear you going in decolonizing leadership is around time, time to think, time to be, all of that, you
Yeah.
know?
Like a lot of work, a lot of, and I think things have changed a lot with COVID. People are starting to realize the importance of time with family and just the craziness of
Mm,
our lives prior to the pandemic. Like
right.
the insane hours that we put in and uh, just everything that goes with that. I think that the slowing down though is super important because we can't. Um, you're not really like you're not really present. You're not. You're
Mhm,
not. You're not really in getting as much out of the day as you could if you were present.
mhm.
Um, and yeah,
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, we're going to spend the next few minutes. I'm going to do a bit of a presentation on what happens in the leader path. And you're welcome to stay. But I really, I know you're in the middle of a zillion things working on your master's, everything. So I just want to say thank you for sharing this time with us. And I really heard the word family over and over and over again. And I feel like when I'm around you, that you just live like we're all family. And again, that goes back to when I learned from your indigenous teachings of our connection to creation and creator and family. Like there's no words needed for that.
we're all connected, right? So you've heard me say that over and over again, and we are all connected. So what we do to this planet, what we do to this planet, we do to ourselves.
Yeah.